Have you ever sat down to meditate and been derailed by a busy, overthinking mind only to give up and move on? Or have you let that busy, overthinking mind stop you from sitting down to practice in the first place? Well, you're not alone, because I'll definitely answer yes to those two questions. And I know a lot of clients that I have coached to use meditation as a tool for personal development have also experienced this challenge. So if you're currently struggling to meditate because of a busy mind, then this video is for you. So keep watching. Welcome back to the Mindful Movement. If we haven't met yet, I'm Sarah Raymond. Thanks for joining me. Today I have a useful and simple tool that you can use to help quiet the busy mind so that you can get a more effective and beneficial meditation practice. I'm going to teach you how movement is an essential piece of the puzzle when it comes to meditation. Did you know that moving your body can help you quiet your mind? Did you also know that movement is an opening? It's an invitation to help you get out of your mind and into the sensations of your body. So as I mentioned, I often struggle with having a busy mind and it being a deterrent to my meditation practice. In fact, years ago, when I started my own yoga journey and my yoga teacher training, I really struggled with that. I was the instructor that didn't like Shavasana. I was the one who gave maybe 2 minutes for Shavasana at the end of the class and really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to meditation. I know that it was the hardest posture for me, and so I avoided doing it myself and I avoided teaching it in my classes. And I did have an experience that really was a breakthrough for me. I was in the middle of the asana or the movement practice, and I just had an emotional release. I actually started crying in the middle of a yoga class, and I was so shocked, didn't know what to do with myself. But throughout the rest of the class, my experience was probably one of the most profound experiences I had up until that point while practicing yoga. And when I went to sit for meditation afterwards, I really felt like I could get out of my mind, out of my overthinking process, and feel the sensations in my body. And it was a pretty profound experience for me that really changed the trajectory of my own practice and how I was teaching yoga. And at that point, I really switched my approach and my intention from previously. I was all about the asana or the movement, the poses, the exercise of yoga. And then from then on, I really started to shift into seeing and experiencing the benefits of the mindfulness aspect of yoga and of the meditation practice. So I recognized that there was something really beautiful and powerful about combining the movement with the meditation that I really couldn't get with one or the other separately. And as I began to refine my practice to combine both movement and meditation, I experienced more contentment, more calmness in my life. And I felt like I had a better understanding or a better true knowing of myself. So as you might recognize from my story, it can often be difficult to get out of the busy overthinking mind and allow for the true benefits of meditation. You might have even had the same experience where you went to sit down and your mind just kept going and going, and you were distracted by every thought, every story, every judgment in your mind. Or perhaps you were experiencing a lot of discomfort in your body that became a distraction for you. A lot of times people will complain about their hips aching or their spine hurting, the muscles in their back really just aching. And that can be a really big distraction when it comes to calming your mind and really experiencing the full benefits of meditation. And for both of those reasons, I believe that meditation and movement are a match made in heaven. They're a partnership that really can make a difference. And when I say movement, I'm really referring to mindful movement practices. So that means you are using your mind to connect to your body. And often that incorporates a breath movement flow or a coordination where your breath is matching your movement. It allows you to get more in touch with, more focused on your body. And you can actually make very powerful changes in your body just by paying attention and focusing on the movement that you're doing, focusing on your body. So my recommendations for getting started is to start with something that feels really good to you. I often get asked, well, what's the best type of exercise? What's the best type of movement? And I personally like a lot of different types of movement in my body. However, if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. So I recommend choosing something that you enjoy and something that you feel like it makes you feel better. Some mind-body specific exercises or movement modalities include yoga, Pilates, Qigong, and there's a lot of other things that you can do that aren't, quote, mind-body exercises that you can bring a mindful approach to it. Even strength training in the gym can be a mindful practice when you approach it with intention, when you approach it from a place where you're using your mind to be very intentional and specific about the practices. You're not just going about it mindlessly. If you're new to practicing movement, I recommend starting with something very gentle. So stretching, gentle yoga, maybe a restorative or a yin style yoga, all of those would be great. And you might even start with just short practices. So 5 minutes of moving before you go into your meditation practice is a great place to begin. If you're familiar and practiced with movement and you know you tend to have a lot of busy energy or like the buzzing, I just got to get moving type of energy, you might prefer a more vigorous form of exercise or form of movement. Maybe you want to go running or doing some other form of vigorous exercise just to get the energy out before you go to sit for your meditation and expect your mind and your body to be calm. If you're not sure where to start, you could check out our other channel. We have plenty of yoga and Pilates and gentle movement practices that you could use before your meditation practice. And if any of those movement practices don't excite you, they don't seem like something that you would benefit from, that's fine. You might also try a walking meditation. And this is not like walking for exercise, it's walking with the intention to pay attention. So you're noticing the strike of your foot as it lands on the ground. You are quiet, you're listening to the sounds around you, maybe noticing the temperature of the air on your skin. You're noticing the smells around you, and it's very slow and mindful, perhaps matching your steps with your breath to keep you at a really slow, intentional pace. So as I said, I really love combining those two practices, movement first and then meditation, getting your body loose and open and connecting your mind and your body. And I find that to be a very effective self-care practice. So whether you're looking to use your meditation practice to reduce stress or control anxiety or just support an overall well-being, movement and meditation together can be a really effective self-care strategy. And you are taking a great first step by incorporating mindful movement with meditation. And if you're looking for other self-care practices to bring more joy and fulfillment into your life, I recommend checking out this next video on your screen where I go into more detail about other self-care practices that you can incorporate into your life. So I'll see you over there.